Hi everyone. So we have a last mini talk before the lightning session, and this is will be given by Aritra Sarkar, who is a researcher at QTech in TU Delft, and he actually is now a coordinator of Q research within QWorld, and he did a very like last year you were one of the mentors in this Q intern program, and I think it was about reinforcement learning for uh, quantum foundations, and it was one of the most successful Q intern projects, and now you are one of the organizer of this Q intern workshop, which also Abu mentioned a little bit, but now you go deeper, and perhaps someone who wants to be a mentor or somebody who wants to be an intern would be interested in this short talk before the lightning session. So, Aritra, thanks for coming, and the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Zarkan. So the best things in life are kind of free. And one of them that I will be mostly focusing on is the interest in quantum tech. So right now in the world, we have a lot of certification programs and training programs. For example, even from QWorld, we have this Q bronze, Q silver, Q nickel. And from that, now a lot of students and interested people are getting the basic background needed to do quantum computation or understand quantum tech. But then the next stage is they want to do some project in it. They want to get some hands-on experience. And it's not possible that everybody does, let's say, a full-fledged quantum course or a quantum master's degree with a thesis, research, and everything. So that is where Q Intern comes in. So this is again a free event where we try to match make between more experienced mentors and people who already have some background on quantum tech, has taken this kind of basic quantum courses, and now they want to do a project on quantum computation and quantum technology. So this year, 2022, is the third time we are running this program. So initially, it started in 2020, and that was more like an internal thing for QWorld members. And then in 2021 is the first time we kind of went global. So 2021 already had 27 projects, out of which 26 projects finished successfully. 252 diplomas were awarded to the interns. So that included both the participation diplomas as well as finally we had some kind of a contest or a presentation rounds, and we selected some winners for the best presentation as well as the best project. So now we are returning for this year's edition, and we want to again go big on this. So this is the main intern period is about 7 weeks. So this year we have it from July 1st to August 22nd. And right now, like as of today, we are currently looking for mentors. So a little bit background on how it was in 2021. So we had this 27 projects, and of course you don't need to read all of them, but I'll point out to some of these. So it's a good balance between casual projects where people are exploring different kind of things. For example, we have a music composition using quantum annealing, as well as a lot of educational resources. So we have this educational material development for quantum annealing. We have mapping the landscape of quantum games, for example, but also some very theoretical and practical projects like this one, chaotic nonlinear maps and entanglement distillation protocols, or quantum correlations beyond entanglement. So there are a good mix of theoretical, practical, as well as educational materials that these projects focused on. Well, some of these, the final repository, the Git repository that they made of these quantum resources were already very beneficial for like for all of us. Now we can go to those repositories, learn about this landscape of quantum games, for example. But also they also led to some publications. So some of these are listed over here, but there are some more in progress that I know internally, and we'll see some of these coming up more in the in months to come. Some of the testimonials from our last year. Again, I'll just point out some of the phrases over here that firstly, it was again during the COVID period. So we could do this globally, and that kind of broke the barrier of physical distance. So the interns didn't have to travel and come to the specific institute where the mentor is. They could just participate online over time zones. Also, these interns, so this is from an intern, and they already did some courses before, but this was the first time that these people could participate on a hands-on quantum project, get a specific project getting defined by the mentors and getting help from the mentors on how to implement a quantum project. And also for the mentors, like if you take some kind of as Zoltan mentioned, I was a mentor myself, and I was a PhD student. So this was I was also training how to mentor people, how to mentor students who have some basic knowledge of quantum computing and wants to do a project on it. So it's also a training ground for young mentors. But of course, you can also be an experienced professional or an experienced professor who wants to try out different new ideas, new projects, or try out whether you can collaborate with some people. And then in this short 7 weeks, if you find that person to be a good intern who kind of matches with the frequency of your work, then you can hire that person for even further collaborations later on. So this is some of the benefits that I saw myself when I was the mentor for these. So for this year, right now, as I said, that we are looking for mentors, and the last date for that is 21st May. I'll tell you shortly how to apply for that. But then again, this is the timeline that we have right now. The next phase will be to call for interns. So people who already have some experience in quantum education, like they know the basics of quantum computing, and they want to apply for these kind of projects to get some kind of a certificate and also some kind of experience on working with like real mentors. That's for you. And then the final part will run from 1st July to 22nd August. And at the end of that, we have 2 days full workshop. So that's more like a kind of a mini conference where each team, each intern, the mentor, as well as the interns are invited to present their work. Even if they haven't fully reached a conclusion, they can present their partial work, and then they can continue the research further on. Even after the intern. So they can either stay within our network and continue the research, or they can take it offline and do it by themselves, collaboration. So the Google form just asks some basic details where you just fill in like your own details, your name and institute and those kind of things, the title of the project, and the brief description. So this is important because this is what is going to be used by the interns to choose your project. So the basic idea is the mentors fill in the Google form, and then we list these projects in our platform. And then the interns can choose few of these projects, 3 of them. And then there's some kind of matchmaking between the mentors and the interns. If you find your intern, well and good. But then if you don't, then there's a second level of matchmaking where eventually we try to narrow it down and give you the amount of interns that you want with some kind of skill level that you already specified in the form. So these skills can either be technical skills, as well as how much time they can dedicate, what are the different like soft skills that they have. So it can be anything that you need for that particular project. So this is kind of the last slide. And as I said, like the main benefit for it currently for mentors is not only within your community, like within your particular institute, but you can go global with it. And with that, if you have a project in mind that you're already doing, this event, like doing it as a project, some part of it maybe will also help you to advertise your own work within the QWorld platform. So once you reach some good conclusion and you, let's say, write a small preprint or a publication, we will help you to advertise that on our forums. So this is where more like all this information that I said is already there in the QWorld QIntern 22 website. And you will also find the Google form which you can fill for applying as a mentor. So currently, Adam me and Zoltan are the coordinators of it. So reach out to us or just contact us at this mail, qintern22@qworld.net, if you have any questions on this. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Aritra, for this nice presentation and for keeping the time. There was someone who wanted to ask a question, but we are still waiting for him to write down the question. So if he doesn't, then we can go on. But I have another question. So actually, from another point of view, so you focused on the point of view of the interns, but you yourself were a mentor. Can you tell us what mentors can gain and what you gained from this experience?
Um, so they were like from two different angles. One is the soft skill, as I said, like I have mentored one or two, let's say, master's or bachelor thesis before, but not at this scale. That it was a Discord platform with 10 to 20 interns in it, and each of them were assigned a different task. And I was like, in my head, I was collaborating all these partial works into one big thing, which the intern with much less experience cannot really understand the full project. But when you give a small part to that smart person, they are going to solve it. So this is what I gained in my experience as a mentor. So that's from the soft skill part of view. And from the technical part of view, it really helped me to clarify the project that I was doing. So that literally helped me in defining some of the things that I should not do and should do. And right now, even I am one of those people who are where I'm writing this publication right now with some of my
Nice.
interns from Q Intern 2021, and we'll have it like shortly on archive as well.
Thanks a lot. Actually, this was one of the very nice outcomes of the first official big Q intern last year, and also the pilot one, that there are so many papers coming out. So thanks a lot also for pointing this out. And so if any interns are interested, they should contact Aritra, Adam, or me, but more Aritra and Adam. And the same for people who want to be mentors and supervise interns. Thanks a lot. And let's end this session now, and we
Thank
go
you.
to the lightning talks. Thank you.